Hello, I'm Jordon Bibian with J3B Productions, and this is going to be a tutorial on how to use 3D camera track in Adobe After Effects. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is drag your footage into your timeline to create a composition. This will create a composition based on the footage settings. This includes the resolution and the frame rate. Go ahead and take a moment to figure out where you want your video to begin and end. Then trim your video in the timeline. After you're done trimming, go ahead and grab the Work End button and drag it over to the end of your trim. To make your work area a little cleaner, go ahead and right-click on the composition and click Trim Comp to Work Area. And what that did was basically just take up the whole timeline for your footage. Now for the actual effect. Right-click on your footage in your composition and click on Track Camera. This will begin the analyzing process in After Effects. This will take a little bit of time. Make sure that your shutter speed is pretty fast. I would not do anything under 1/60th of a second because motion blur makes it a lot harder for After Effects to figure out how to track your camera. The 3D camera tracker analyzes in background, so you can actually do other things while it's doing this, but unless your computer has over 4 GB of RAM, I would not recommend touching the computer at all. Feel free to pause the video until your video has been completely analyzed. Once that is complete, go over to your Effects control panel and click on 3D Camera Tracker if it has not already been chosen. You'll notice a lot of different points on your screen. They look like little X's and there are all these different colors. These are the points that After Effects uses to track your camera. Go ahead and select a few points. This will be different for each individual video. I'm looking to put something on the sidewalk because it looks pretty bare, so I'm going to go ahead and choose the points that are on the grass. After choosing your points, go ahead and right-click on the red circle in the middle and click Create Text and Camera. Type whatever you'd like into the text box. The hardest part about using the 3D camera tracker is that you have to get your words or your solid or your composition to fit into the scene, and sometimes this can be very frustrating. You're just going to have to mess around with the orientation, the X, Y, and Z rotation, and the position to have it really fit into your scene. And when I say it's the hardest part, I really do mean it is the hardest part about 3D Camera Tracker. You have to go through and find something in your scene to really match it to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to match it to the edge of this sidewalk and the break in the sidewalk. And there you go. I'd say that fits into the scene pretty nicely. And once again, the reason why I didn't show you my complete process was because most of that was just me messing around with the orientation, X, Y, and Z rotation, and the position. Each visual effect is going to be individual to each video that you use, and it's very important to stretch yourself by trying to do the positioning by yourself. The nice thing about 3D camera tracking is that once you have set something into your scene and you want to add another element into the scene, then it's pretty easy. You just create a new text layer, make sure to click the 3D icon, it looks like a cube, and if you don't see it, go ahead and click on Toggle Switches and Modes at the bottom left of your screen. Then copy over the orientation, XYZ rotation, scale, and position over to your new layer. This will do most of the work for you, and then you'll just have to do some fine adjustments. Let's take a look at what we made. Alright, it looks great. In my next video, I'll show you guys how to do rotobrush, a technique used in After Effects to separate your scene into more three-dimensional space. If you thought my video was helpful, please like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll do my best to provide the best content I can. If you would like a tutorial for an effect, please leave a comment and I'll do my best to quickly create that video. Thank you. I hope you'll be back again.